I don't tell this story often, not because I don't remember it. I remember every detail, but because every time I do, someone finds a rational explanation, and the rational explanation somehow makes it worse. It happened in January. I was driving back from my sister's place in Harwick, about 4 hours north of the city. I'd stayed longer than planned. We had dinner, watched something. I fell asleep on her couch and woke up at 11:40 p.m. to my phone buzzing with work reminders for the next morning. I had to leave. The drive back should have taken 3.5 hours on a clear night. That night was not clear. The snow started around Milford Junction about 40 minutes in. Light at first, the kind that looks pretty in headlights. By the time I hit Route 9, it was the kind of snow that makes you grip the wheel differently. Heavier, directional. The road ahead would disappear for 2-3 seconds at a time, and then reappear, slightly different from how you remembered it. I had maybe a quarter tank of gas. I'd told myself I'd fill up before leaving, but I hadn't. The petrol stop at Exit 14 is the kind of place that exists specifically for nights like that one. 8 pumps, a flat-roof convenience store, a single amber light above the entrance that buzzed faintly in the cold. I pulled in at 1:17 a.m. The lot was empty except for a pickup truck parked away from the pumps, engine off, no one visible inside. I got out. The cold hit immediately, the kind that makes your sinuses ache. I started the pump, pulled my jacket tighter, and looked around out of habit. That's when I noticed a man at pump 4. He was standing beside a dark sedan, older model, no plates visible under the snow. He wasn't pumping gas. He was just standing there, one hand resting on the roof of the car, looking in my direction. Dark coat, no hat, no gloves that I could see. He was maybe 40 feet away. I looked at him for a second. He didn't move. I looked away. People stop in weird ways at gas stations. They pull over to check their phone, to take a break, to wait out bad visibility. I had an explanation ready before I even needed one. My pump clicked. I replaced the nozzle, got my receipt, and walked toward the store for coffee. The girl behind the counter was maybe 19, earbuds in one ear, watching something on a tablet propped against the register. She barely looked up when I came in. I grabbed a large coffee from the station near the door, a pack of gum, brought it to the counter. She rang it up. I tapped my card. Awful night. I said, the way you do. Yeah, she said. Then, after a pause, your friend already went back out. I looked at her. Sorry. The guy you came in with, he went back out like 2 minutes ago. She nodded toward the door. I didn't come in with anyone, I said. She looked up from the tablet for the first time, looked at me, looked at the door. He said he was with you, she said slowly. He asked what you wanted. I told him I didn't know. He'd have to ask you himself. I stood there for a second. What did he look like? I asked. Dark coat, she said. Older guy. Kind of. She paused, searching for the word. Still, like, he didn't move around much. I went back outside. My car was where I'd left it, engine running. The sedan at Pump 4 was gone. The lot was empty. Fresh snow was already smoothing over the tire tracks. But I could see them. His car had been parked facing outward, ready to leave from the moment he arrived. I stood in the lot and felt the specific kind of cold that has nothing to do with temperature. He'd come inside. He'd told a teenage girl he was with me. He'd gone back out. And sometime in the 2 minutes I'd been in the store, he'd left. I walked back to my car and locked the doors. That's when I saw the note on my windshield. Not under the wiper. Tucked into the small gap between the wiper and the glass, protected from the snow, placed there deliberately, a folded piece of paper, the kind torn from a small notebook. I put on my hazards, got out, took it. One line. Handwritten, careful block letters. Drive safe, Daniel. My name is not on my car. It's not on my jacket. I paid with a tap, no name on the receipt. I had not spoken my name to anyone that night. Not at the gas station, not on the phone in the car. I stood in the snow, holding that piece of paper for a long time. I went back inside and asked the girl to show me their security camera footage. She said she couldn't do that. Store policy. I'd have to call the manager in the morning. I asked her to describe him again. She did. Same details. dark coat. Still, she added one thing she hadn't mentioned before. "He knew your name," she said. "When he came in, he said, 'I'm with Daniel, he's at the blue car.'" I asked her if that seemed strange. She thought about it honestly. "At the time, no," she said. "Now, kind of." I drove the remaining 2 hours and 40 minutes without stopping. I called my sister, woke her up. She answered confused and worried, and stayed on the phone with her for 90 minutes. I didn't tell her why. I just said the roads were bad and I wanted company. I got home at 4:20 a.m. I checked my mirrors the entire way. In the morning, I called the petrol stop and asked about the security footage. The manager was polite. He said the outdoor cameras on the pump side had been offline for about 2 weeks. A hardware issue they were waiting on parts for. The indoor camera covered only the register area and had no audio. He pulled the timestamp I gave him. He called me back an hour later. "There's footage of you at the register," he said. "There's no one else in the store at that time." I asked him to check again. "I'm looking at it now," he said. "You walk in alone. You're at the register for about 90 seconds. You walk out alone." I asked about the girl. He said she'd been on shift that night. He'd talked to her. He called back again that afternoon. She confirmed everything she'd told me. She was certain a man had come in. She was certain he mentioned my name. There was no footage of him. I filed a police report. I want to be clear that I understand how this sounds. A note on a windshield is not a crime, and the officer who took my statement was genuinely professional about it. He noted everything. He said they'd follow up if anything else happened. Nothing else happened. Nothing I could prove. I still have the note. I keep it in my glove box, which I now recognize as strange. I should have given it to the police, and I meant to, but I didn't. I don't know why. Something about destroying the only evidence that any of it was real. "Drive safe, Daniel." Block letters. No pressure variations, like someone who writes very carefully. The paper is from a Rhodian notepad. I looked it up, that specific grid pattern. Whoever he was, he carried quality stationery. I think about him sometimes on long drives, specifically on Route 9, when the snow is bad and visibility drops, and I can feel the road changing under the tires. I check my mirrors more than I used to. I don't know who he was. I don't know how he knew my name. I don't know why he came inside to ask a stranger what I wanted to drink, then left without waiting for the answer. I don't know if he was in front of me or behind me on that road. I drive that route twice a month. I always will. I haven't stopped at exit 14 again.